Here's a $9,000 truth nobody tells you. You can start a shaved ice business for less than a used car payment, and if you run it right during peak summer, you can make that money back in 8 to 12 weeks. But here's what most YouTube videos won't tell you. Over half the people who start this business quit within 2 years, not because shaved ice doesn't sell, but because they picked the wrong location, underpriced their product, or didn't plan for 6 months of the year when nobody wants a snow cone. So is this actually profitable, or is it just a fun summer hobby dressed up as a business? Let's break down the real numbers. This business is for people who want low startup risk, don't mind physical, hands-on work, and live somewhere with a real summer season, or somewhere warm year-round. It's a solid side hustle for students, stay-at-home parents, and anyone who wants a cash business without a 5-figure lease. This is not for you if you're looking for passive income, if you live somewhere with a short 3-month summer and no plan for the off-season, or if you can't handle standing outside in the heat for 6 to 8 hours at a stretch. So what exactly is a shaved ice business? It's simple. You shave a block or machine-made ice into a fine, fluffy texture, pour flavored syrup over it, and sell it in a cup. That's it. No cooking, no complex prep, no expensive kitchen. You make money on volume and margin. Your ingredient cost per cup is usually under 50 cents, and you're selling that same cup for $3 to $7 depending on your location and size options. That's a gross margin north of 85%, which is genuinely rare in food service. Now let's talk demand, because the numbers back this up. Industry estimates suggest the U.S. shaved ice and snow cone market generates hundreds of millions of dollars annually, driven largely by mobile and seasonal operators rather than big chains. Mobile food entrepreneurship is surging, with food truck-style startup costs still dramatically lower than a full restaurant build-out. And this isn't a niche fad. Kona Ice alone operates over 2,500 units across all 50 states through more than 700 franchisees, which tells you the demand is nationwide, not just a Florida and Texas thing. The rise of portable dessert stations at events is one of the biggest catering trends right now, and the product's naturally vegan, gluten-free, allergy-friendly profile gives it an edge over ice cream-based competitors. The catch, and I mean this seriously, demand is seasonal. Unless you're in a warm climate state, you're realistically working with a 4 to 6 month window of strong sales. Nikenomics SPOD +2. Let's get into what it actually costs to start. Category low-end realistic range ice shaver / machine $600 $1, $500, $4, 000 cart or basic setup $1, 000 $5, 000, $10, 000 permits and licensing $200 $500, $1, 000 initial inventory, syrups, cups, toppings, $500 $800, $1, 500 signage and branding $300 $500, $2, 000 marketing, launch, $200 $500, $1, 000 miscellaneous / buffer $300 $500, $1, 000 total minimum investment, $3, 000 $8, 000 $20, 000. That low end assumes a simple pop-up tent setup, not a branded cart. If you want a professional-looking, durable cart that customers trust, budget closer to the $8,000 to $15,000 range. A minimal setup using a pop-up tent, commercial-grade shaver, ice chests, initial inventory, and permits can realistically launch for around $2,500 to $5,000. On the other end, a fully equipped trailer runs $18,000 to $30,000, and a storefront can require $20,000 to $50,000 upfront, but I don't recommend starting there. Start small, prove the model, then scale. Startup financial projection Swainus shavers. Here's where that money actually goes. The ice shaver is your single most important piece of equipment. This is not where you cut corners, because a cheap shaver jams and produces inconsistent texture, which customers notice immediately. Your cart or tent is your storefront on wheels. It's what makes people stop. Permits cover your local health department requirements, which every single U.S. jurisdiction requires for food service, mobile or not. Skip this and you risk fines or shutdown. Inventory is your syrups, cups, spoons, and napkins, cheap relative to everything else, but you need enough variety to look established. Signage is what turns a passing car into a customer. Don't underspend here. And marketing in month 1 is just about getting your name into local Facebook groups, event organizers, and your first few hundred followers. Monthly operating costs are lighter than most food businesses. Expect $300 to $800 a month in supplies during peak season, $50 to $150 for permit renewals or commissary fees if required in your area, $100 to $300 for ongoing social media ads, and if you hire help, wages typically run $14 to $18 an hour depending on your state. Realistically, you're looking at $600 to $1,500 a month in operating costs during your active season. Sweynesse Shavers. Now, income potential, and I'll give you 3 honest scenarios. Conservative, you're part-time, one location, a few slow weekends, pulling in $15,000 to $25,000 for the season. Realistic, a mobile cart in a busy area can generate $300 to $800 a day, and across a solid 4 to 5 month season, that lands you in the $40,000 to $80,000 revenue range. Optimistic, multiple high-traffic bookings, event contracts, maybe a second cart, annual revenue between $50,000 and $100,000 is common for well-run standalone operations, with strong operators pushing higher. Profit margins across the board tend to sit between 75% and 90% gross, though after labor, permits, and marketing, your realistic net margin lands closer to 40% to 60%. Pure SnowTech Snobbies. Break-even is fast compared to almost any other small business. With a $10,000 investment generating $6,000 a month at a 75% margin, you're looking at a 2 to 3 month payback during a strong season. Some experienced operators even reinvest into a second cart within their first 2 years once the model is proven. Snobbies Economic Spod. The biggest mistakes people make, underpricing because they're scared to charge $5 for a cup of ice and syrup. Don't do this, your margin is your safety net. Picking a low-traffic location because the rent or permit is cheaper. Not planning cash flow for the off-season, then panicking in October. And buying a cheap shaver that breaks mid-season, killing a Saturday's revenue. Where's the opportunity? Health-conscious flavors, sugar-free, natural, low-calorie syrups are underserved almost everywhere. Private events and catering, which most cart operators ignore in favor of just parking at a park. And year-round positioning in warmer states, or partnering with indoor venues during colder months to break the seasonality trap entirely. Starting steps: research your state and county health permit requirements first. This determines your whole timeline. Choose your setup, tent, cart, or trailer, based on your budget from that table. Buy your shaver and equipment, prioritizing quality over price. Secure 2 or 3 test locations and confirm any permission needed. Set your menu and pricing before day 1. Build a simple online presence. A Google business profile and Instagram are non-negotiable. Then soft launch at one location, gather feedback, and scale to more spots or events. Now, tools. You genuinely don't need much software for a mobile shaved ice cart. That's part of the appeal. But once you start taking event bookings, managing multiple locations, or building repeat customers, a simple booking system and a basic customer contact list start to matter, because missed event inquiries mean missed revenue. If you get to that stage, bookings, a simple website for inquiries, or a lightweight CRM to track repeat event clients, that's a good problem to have, and it's worth setting up properly instead of juggling texts and DMs. SoftAngles builds exactly this kind of lightweight website, booking, and CRM setup for small operators like this. Nothing bloated, just what you need to stop losing bookings. You can book a free consultation and estimate with them. Links in the description. Marketing-wise, online means Instagram and TikTok, because a colorful cup of shaved ice is genuinely one of the most shareable food products that exists. Offline means showing up, festivals, farmers markets, youth sports games, and neighborhood events. Low-budget strategy is simple. Post daily during season, tag your location, and offer a first-time discount to build reviews fast. Scaling strategy is booking recurring events, weekly farmers markets, seasonal contracts with local pools or parks, because recurring bookings beat one-off foot traffic every time. The real risks here are seasonality, weather-dependent revenue, and permit friction that varies wildly by city. Some counties are shaved ice friendly, others make mobile food vending genuinely difficult. Check this before you spend $1. Do's: get your permits before you buy equipment, price for your margin not your fear, and track your location performance so you know where to go back. Don'ts: don't skip health permits hoping nobody checks. Don't buy the cheapest shaver, and don't assume one good weekend means you're set for the season. Final verdict: this is genuinely one of the lowest-risk food businesses you can start in the US right now, with fast payback and strong margins. It's worth starting if you live somewhere with a real warm season, You're willing to hustle for locations and events, and you can treat it as a real business, not a hobby. Avoid it if you want passive income, or if you're in a short summer region with no cold weather plan. If this breakdown was useful, subscribe. I break down real numbers for businesses like this every week, no hype, just what it actually costs and what you'll actually make. And if you get to the point where you need a website, booking system, or CRM to manage your bookings and customers, SoftAngles offers a free consultation to map that out. Links in the description below.